Imagine a Boeing wind tunnel expert can tell by the sound. What made you so sure?
Your body just feels it.
You just know.
It's
bigger than anything you've ever.
Bob, when the earth's quaking and it's shaking under your feet,
right?
And you're watching palm trees 100 feet tall getting pulled out and thrown into the Gulf. You're going, this is.
So you were able to look outside and see a little bit.
Yes, yeah. I wish I would have been able to take video, but it was too dark. So we're in the kitchen and there's glass flying and pieces of metal sticking in the wall
inside
the house. And Chad is a lot smaller than me, and so he was and his girlfriend were able to get underneath the counter and shut the doors. Well, I wasn't. I was under the counter, but my legs are sticking out, and there's stuff flying everywhere. And we're like, we got to get out of here. So we found a stairwell that was full of, it's concrete and steel, and we hunkered down in that, and we were there for 5 hours, and. Yeah, that was it. We would close the door, we roped the door, we punched a hole through it, put a rope on it, pulled that tight, and we had to really hold it.
Your thinking was if the whole house goes, that staircase may be the only thing left.
Right, yeah. And so that's where we hung out for 5 hours. And
was more damage done to the house?
Yeah.
Everything blew in, windows?
It was tore
everything.
apart. I mean, it was like, it was a wash machine. I mean, a high-powered wash machine. I mean, everything inside the house just got spun around, destroyed, and then if the roof was gone in that particular part of the house, it got pulled out. So it's like being in a plane, and you decompress it. If you open the door, everything gets sucked out. Same thing in the house. So every room that had furniture that lost the roof, it was just tore up and pulled out. Like the entire shower unit in my bathroom was just
like a tornado.
Right, just pulled right out. So we got out at. We were in there for about 5.5 hours, and we came out. And
how does it end as suddenly as it starts?
Yes. Yeah. All of a sudden, it'll just calm, and then the rains hit. And it ended about 9:30, so we got lucky there. It didn't go till 2 like it was supposed to. But it was challenging, and it tested our mettle.
What goes through your mind now? You're alive. You got to say, I'm grateful I'm alive, but you're about to face a scary journey, and you're about to find out what's happened elsewhere in the Philippines too, and it ain't going to be good, right?
No, it's going to be it's bad news there for a long time.
Right.
They got the worst to come because they have disease now. That's why we had to get out, and that's a whole other story. I can go on for an hour on how we got out of there.
Well, let's keep going for another 3 or 4 minutes because I want to continue, and I want to get. Like all of us now care, and many of us are making donations to World Vision or to some aspect of global caring that we can help out with.
Right.
When you've lived it, when you've lived through it, you have a better perspective on understanding how it feels in that part of the world, probably than we do. And my hope was that you'd share some of that with us and maybe encourage people who are listening to you right now to have some caring and humanity and do something today. What do you think they should do, and what have you done?
I got really sick my last day. We were stuck for 5 days, and I came down bad case of dysentery.
You got it.
Yeah, I was completely wounded. I couldn't get up.
And is that from drinking water? Or,
yeah, it's from the water and the food, and everything's contaminated. And we just had to. It was from our caretaker washing the dishes. And
so you couldn't really stop it. You didn't do it on purpose.
No, I had no idea, and so we thought the dishes were clean. Well, they weren't. We were able to fix our motorcycles because they were destroyed, tires, everything. We were able to put them together, and we got back to Giwan, and we saw planes flying, and that's how we knew we were going to get out. We saw these airport transports come in, and so we got to the plane. We're waiting in line, and I pass out, and from just dehydration and everything else. The chief of the Coast Guard saw me fall, and he came over and he immediately put an IV in me. And I was out. I woke up probably 20 seconds later, and I came to, and he slapped me in the face. He's like, Greg, you okay? And I go, yeah, I'm fine. And he goes, good, because I need this IV. And
he needs it for someone else.
Yeah. He pulled it out of my arm, and he goes, I need this. And so I've got his contact info. Believe it or not, the government in the Philippines is a little corrupt.
No kidding.
Yeah, surprise.
So their healthcare website doesn't work very well either.
No, it doesn't. No. So he gave me his contact info, and he's like, if you can do anything for us, is get me Medipacks.
Medipacks. Okay, how could people help getting Medipacks?
Yeah, I've got his email address, and I'm trying to get in touch with him. And
All
he,
right.
you know, and
we will post whatever you give us at
Yeah.
bobrivers.com, so
Yeah.
people who've heard your story can do something
right.
meaningful.
That's what he needs. I mean, it's basic stuff. It's plasma. It's you know, IV fluid. It's antibiotics. It's just easy stuff, but they're out because everything got contaminated.
You really could have easily not made it back home.
Very.
You mentioned, Greg, before the storm, you posted some photos and how peaceful it was and everything. Did the internet work after the storm? Did you jump on Facebook and say, OMG, you won't believe what just happened to me? Is there any way to communicate?
Guess nothing worked.
There's nothing. There's completely in a 300-mile radius, it's wiped out. So they're not going to have any internet power. They probably won't have any kind of internet access for 4 or 5 months. That area probably won't have power for a year. You know, maybe.
And sickness, illness, bad water.
That
continues.
That's what's hitting them right now.
Greg Anderson, powerful story, and I'm going to try and help in the direction that you suggested, and we'll put some suggestions on our website, bobrivers.com.
That'd be great.
Now that you're home, what's the best part about being home?
Just seeing my family and friends again. That was a question. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, and what a homecoming I had. It was a great birthday. I got to the airport and everybody's there, and I got another lease on life.
Greg Anderson. Thank you, Greg.
You're right.
Right back.